Hello everyone, welcome to this third session of Lacy's Zentangle series, wherein we are combining laces and Zentangles together, right? And we are already down 2 tiles, and today is the third session of the series. Hope you are enjoying the series. Thank you for all your comments. I really appreciate your feedback, right? So let's get started, and I'm working on square apprentice size tile, yeah, and today we will be drawing another lace design combined with Zentangle, yeah. So let's get started, and I'm going to pick up my 08 first, yeah, and start with the lace design. So I'm going to draw a set of 3 lines first. 1, 2, and 3, right? And now I'm going to be adding dots, zigzag dots. You can also use your 10 for the dots. Right, so I'm going to add these dots on all the 3 lines. I'll pick up my 10, yeah, and just make sure that they are not under each other, kind of zigzag. So next line, the dots are between the dots of the first line, right? So trying to give something like zigzag dots, not absolutely under each other, just a zigzag feel. Again, the third row, I'm trying to put the dots between the dots in the second row, yeah. Not that it is going to make much of difference, but just small little things that will add to the look. Yeah, so I have done that. Now I'm going to pick up my 05, the finest nib, and then add straight lines like these. Yeah, so you can see it starts to look like lace, yeah. So you can draw over the dots that you have put, that's okay. Just draw these lines throughout. This is the most common lace that you can see, yeah. It looks very pretty and it's very simple to draw. Just adding vertical lines starting from one line to the last line, first line to the last line. Yeah, so once we are done with the exercise, now I'm going to extend the lace a little more. So I'm going to again pick up my older nib 8 and add 2 semicircles like this. Yeah, once I have done that, I'm going to now add one line, a droplet. For reference, so that there is uniformity, you can add a broad outline because I'm going to take this shape. Yeah, you can see the shape. So I will be drawing the droplets in this shape. That's why if you are not confident of drawing it in that shape, then you can always draw a reference line and then do that, right? And then again I'm going to give 2 semicircles like this. Again I'm going to draw a reference broad reference so that my droplets fall in line with that. The central one is straight, and then again two curled up to the left and two curled up to the right. Yeah, again going with two semicircles. Again the same exercise, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Again two semicircles. Again going with the same exercise, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and then the last semicircles. Yeah, so that's the pattern of our lace today, and we'll see. Now I'm going to again pick up my O5 and add that looping. To all the lines, the curved lines first. Yeah, so I'm adding the looping. Make sure your jelly roll has dried up before you put your hands on it. So very fine looping, you can see how it gives a nice woven look to the straight simple pen lines. There are so many lace designs. Just use your imagination and you can draw anything you want. Just a few things that give it a more lacy look. That's the only thing. Yeah, I'm going to do this on the straight part of the pearls or droplet shapes, and then going to weave inside like this. Same stroke, a little bigger to fill in the droplet shape. Yeah, so take your time and slowly do that exercise for all. Yeah, again woven look on the stems, smaller one, smaller loops, and then inside right. So you could have also drawn straight thin lines inside, but it won't give this kind of a texture, yeah, as we get with this loop kind of stroke. Looks like thread work. Yeah, so I'll do the last one in the same fashion. So once we are done with that, again they cannot be hanging in the air, right? So you will have to connect them. So just add these connecting dots or lines, whatever. They are very small and tiny, but they give the look of things being interconnected, interlaced with each other. A very integral part of laces. Yeah, and then I'm going to just probably add an aura. This is my O5. I'll pick up my O8. Something like this. Yeah, just extending my lace a little more like this, and then I'm going to add these zigzag lines in just about any fashion. Motive is to connect them. Yeah, I'm not thinking the direction much, just adding lines to connect haphazard fashion. Yeah, and then I will add one more very thin aura with my pen to give the final look. Right, and I am going to leave the lace here. Right, now next we are going to extend. So I am going to introduce a tangle called drawings. So somewhere in the center I am going to introduce an orb. Yeah, you can very comfortably ink it, leave a highlight and ink it. Like this, and then add some S shapes. I'm using my 08, so this is the S stroke, and the last one like this. Yeah, we know how to draw drawings. If you are new to the tangle drawings, you can please refer to my video. Yeah, and then from the back of the S I'm going to come back and connect. So I'll use my boldest nib here because I want this to be really prominent. I'm going to come back like this. Yeah, again come back like this, almost coming to the half of the next one. Yeah, again come back. Yeah, then again the same exercise like this. Yeah, so once we are done with that, I'm now going to add an aura, close aura. So I'm now using my 08. So we are switching pens frequently and I'm mentioning it to you. So make sure you, if you are tangling with me, I hope you are following. Yeah, again close aura. Make sure your nib is clear. At times jelly roll. Again just adding an aura to my tangle drawings. Like this. Yeah, there is a highlight here, but you can always re-emphasize the highlight with black a little more. Yeah, so once we are done with that, again you can embellish it a little by adding some orbs. To one of the rows. So I also have a colored jelly roll with me today, so we'll see if we want to add that to our drawings to highlight it. My O8 was not doing too well, so I changed it. Yeah, and probably one here hidden. Yeah, so we'll see if we want to add something else to our drawings. I'm going to leave it here and then move on to the rest of the space. Now the rest of the space, it is again up to us. We can very well give it a lacy look, right? So let us first add a laced outline. So I'm using my boldest nib here, the 10. You can use your O8 and you will have to redo the lines because you need them to be bold again. It is the outermost line of the lace. Yeah, and then again I'm going to do some texturing here. Pick up my O5 and do that texturing. Yeah, so I'm still doing that exercise, almost done. Small little loops, same stroke throughout. Yeah, so we have added that texture. Now what I am going to do is add small, probably use my 10 small little stems and petals like these. May or may not connected with each other. I'm just going to randomly place these, since we are again trying to give a lacy background. Yeah, so I'll just randomly place these in the background. Using my boldest nib here. I'm not thinking much where what, just going with the flow wherever I feel like. Small little petals. Yeah, take your time, enjoy each stroke, have fun. Right, so I'm not thinking here where, just some distance, randomly placing these broken stems. Small little petals, leaves. Yeah, I think that would be enough. Probably one. Yeah. So once we are done with that, now I am again going to draw that fine mesh. Yeah, it's going to be really fine, and keep it out of this aura, the outer aura, right? So I'm not going to enter that aura. So start from one side and start drawing these fine lines. Be patient, this is going to take some time, but make sure they are really close to each other because you want it as a very fine background. Right, so slowly try not to enter the small little spaces inside the petals. If you can avoid that, great. We want it to show black. Yeah, so I'm just going to add one set of lines first. You can see I'm drawing them pretty close. Yeah. So take your time and slowly draw the mesh. Don't haste up. If your hand is getting tired, just get up, take a walk, stretch yourself, again get back. Yeah. So I'm done with drawing one set of lines, right? So I'm now going to draw crisscross. So rotating my tile and starting from the other direction now. So make sure it is pretty fine because otherwise your main design will get lost, right? So the mesh has to be really fine. So I'm still continuing with adding my lines and you can see it's real fine work. Yeah, the mesh is pretty fine and we want it that way so that the stems that we have drawn look like lace work. Yeah. So continue doing it. Take breaks in between. If your hand is getting tired, feeling tired, if you want to have some breathing space in between, please go ahead. But make sure your mesh is fine. Yeah. So I'm going to continue like this. So I am almost finishing drawing my mesh, a tangle called oblique in Zentangle. Yeah, so you can see it looks like a lace, right? Now the last thing that we are going to do is that small little embellishment that I had shown you. So I'm going to add some ops. Yeah, and they look like hanging in there, just connect. Yeah, and then just use your O5 and add thatching. Look really nice. Not exactly laces, but a nice way to embellish your tile. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So let us move on to shading. Now one small thing that I have a colored jelly roll here. It is, I don't know, pinkish in color. Yeah, and it is the Moonlight Jelly Roll series. So what I can, if you want, you can add a touch inside these orbs that you have drawn. Don't completely ink it. Don't fill it with complete pink. Just leave an outer black. Yeah. Just a small touch of color. These are Moonlight Jelly Rolls. Bright color. So I just picked it for today's session. Yeah. You may not do it. Entirely up to you. So now let us move on to shading. So I'm going to add some graphite here inside, and then after blending you might want to redo the lines. Yeah, as I keep saying, as far as laces are concerned, since the white gets gray at many places, so you might want to redo the lines after you have shaded. Yeah, and then a touch of white chalk on the drawing. So this tangle is called drawings. Yeah, it's a Zentangle original. And then some graphite. I'm going to put some chalk here. Right, and a little touch of graphite under this lace, not much, little. Yeah, let's blend this much and we'll see if we want to do anything else. So just explore more. You can use any shape, any flower shape, any petal shape for laces. There is no foundation. Just that a few little things that I mentioned, you can add to those shapes and they start to look lacy. Yeah, that's the only thing. Otherwise, you can just go with any shape, any flower, lines, any pattern. Yeah. So let's now blend our chalk. Soften the chalk. Yeah, and we added some chalk here, so just blend it. Right, so now pick up your 10 and just redo the outer aura, the outer lace that you have drawn. You can see the lines have gone gray, so just redo the lines. Yeah, and then you might want to redo a few more lines, probably here. Yeah, that's it. I don't think we need to do any more. That's it. Yeah, so that's our tile for today, a laced tile. A little bit of shading underneath your these petal shapes will also help, but it is again entirely optional. If you want to do it, you can. Right, so little bit of black, not too much. We'll add a little to the petal shapes. Yeah, I think we are done. That's about it. Yeah, so I'm going to close my tile here, put my chop, take a moment to appreciate your tile, sign and date it. Right, and I shall see you again with another new session, new idea. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.